I'm not a racist. That's what Donald Sterling told CNN's Anderson Cooper in his first public interview since being banned from the NBA for life and fined $2.5 million. Welcome in your ESPN.com headlines. I'm Dario Melendez. Sterling telling Cooper this, quote, "I'm a good member who made a mistake and I am apologizing. I'm asking for forgiveness." And with more on this, we welcome in our NBA writer Brian Windhorst. And Brian, for Sterling to be ousted, you need a 75% majority vote of the owners in the NBA. So what's the likelihood that he'll be able to retain his ownership of the Clippers?
Well, he has some legal standpoints on his side, which he certainly knows, and he can probably fight this in court for some time. One thing that I think is generally true throughout the country in every court is that it's very difficult to seize property, especially if you don't have an ironclad reason. And the NBA does not have an ironclad reason. But Donald Sterling is definitely fighting back on a front where he has totally lost, which is the public relations front. And that's obviously what this interview and these comments are aimed at. I don't necessarily think many of his peers would agree with everything that he said here, but he's trying to speak to the public where he really has no capital.
Now, LeBron James has come out and said that he doesn't think any member of the Sterling family should own the Clippers. How much does King James's thoughts and opinion affect this situation?
Well, again, it affects it very strongly on the public front. When you have your most high-profile player taking a stance on a league-wide issue, coming out even during the middle of a playoff series and making it clear that he and the many other players feel the same way, that they don't want Donald Sterling or his wife Shelley Sterling to be a part of the NBA. That is a strong statement. But from a legal standpoint, anything that LeBron says really has little value. And this is transitioning from a public fight to a legal fight. Shelley Sterling is going to have her lawyers. Donald Sterling is going to have his lawyers. The NBA is going to have their lawyers. And they're going to duke it out in what could be a very long, protracted struggle. And the reality is Donald Sterling is fighting cancer. And, he may be able to hold on to this team for the rest of his life, depending on how long his life actually is.
That's Brian Windhorst with the latest on Donald Sterling. And remember, for your latest headlines, keep right here on ESPN.com. I'm Dario Melendez.